What up, what up, what up? What up, people? What up? Happy Monday to everybody except for the Lakers themselves because they're stressing me out. What up, Steven?
What's up?
My co-host, Steven. It's been a rough week, another rough week. I think the Lakers lost the last, 2-3 games since we last were streaming?
We haven't won.
Yes. Yes, we haven't won. But the little bit of good news happened there. LeBron James did pass Michael Jordan, 4th all-time in scoring.
Purple and gold.
Outside of that, pretty much nothing else good happened. But
oh no, that's not necessarily true.
What else happened?
Hey, Wagner got some minutes.
Okay, man. Wagner did give some minutes, but we didn't win.
Is winning really a good thing right now?
Winning? I don't know. It's up in the air.
I don't think we should be winning right now at this point. Team not winning games. I don't like the word tank, but I'm going to just say team not winning games.
Yes. What up to the 6 people in chat? What up? I see you, Edgar Allan Fro. What up? I see you, Jeremy. What up, CK?
That's right, Mr. Consistent.
But let's get this show started. We'll start off with the good news, something that should be cheered about because I recently just posted a video about it today. LeBron James did pass Michael Jordan, 4th all-time in scoring. And what are your thoughts on it? What did you think? What were you doing when you were watching?
Any historic things, as a basketball fan, I love it. Mm-hmm. Anytime you break records, especially a dude like Michael Jordan, I salute it. Win or lose, it is an accomplishment that only a few obviously can do. Mm-hmm. And especially LeBron,
he's not known to be that
it'd probably be scary
or that killer score.
Maybe God just blesses for him the ability to not have their intangibles, to depend on who you ask, because he would be
Could you imagine if he had like the killer mentality like Kobe did,
like
MJ?
And I love Kobe, but Ron would change my mind quickly.
Absolutely. Now, what I talked about in my video was I was at the game. I was able to experience him passing MJ.
Oh, nice.
I was about 15 rows behind, and let me tell you, it felt like the entire gym was lit.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Everybody was hyped up. Everybody was, excited to see LeBron
and he made
do
the free
this.
throw.
Yeah, and oh my God, bro! When I tell you he missed like the first 4, the whole crowd was just like the energy was sucked out. But anyways, when he got the bucket and the foul and the N1, like I said, it seemed like it was very hyped up. But from people that was watching it on television, it didn't get that same reaction.
It didn't. I mean, from watching on TV, it didn't feel like it mattered, but I think that's just because the way this year's turned. Mm-hmm. Even when it was announced, it just, I mean, if we were the 4th seed and we were good, it would be different. Yeah. It just, from watching, it was kind of like bittersweet. Mm-hmm. You're not retiring, so we don't have to really celebrate. And I wonder if he kind of felt some sort of way from a distance, because even around the league, it didn't seem like outside of his friends where he was applauded for it. Yeah. So I don't know if it's, I don't know what that is, because I was looking for my timeline and scroll down, and, outside Dwayne Wade, a few other people kind of was like, whatever kind of thing. So yeah. I don't know if it was the hate thing or whatever, but that was kind of disrespectful to me, just in my opinion.
The few people I went with, they kept on saying that he's not their GOAT. And I felt like it coming from, if you were watching on a TV aspect, which a lot of people were doing, they were saying that, he's not the GOAT because, Kobe would do this on this team, and, LeBron's all about himself, blah, 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 blah. Given all this backlash that isn't needed if you're quote-unquote
Kareem ain't my GOAT, and neither is Karl Malone, but they own that list, and they need to be respected for it.
Absolutely.
That's not a real basketball fan, in my opinion, because like Lou Williams had an accomplishment of 6-man average, the most 30 points, or he passed Jamal Crawford in that aspect. Mm-hmm. That's huge. Like any historic anything is impressive. Like we overlook Vince Carter being 40 and like anything like that. I'm sorry, salute it. I don't care what jersey you're wearing. I don't care who you are. Scoring that many points, getting the pass to most people's GOAT. I don't mean he's better. It just means it's
a hell of an accomplishment.
And I'm sure he took less shots. Yeah. Like, I don't have to look that up. So to me, that is amazing.
Someone in the chat help us out if LeBron took less shots.
Yeah, I have to believe he took less shots.
I know it's more games.
Well, that's because that man don't get hurt.
Yeah. But
even that accomplishment, playing like Brett Favre's got in the NFL, but like, bro, okay. As a Laker fan, yes, it is disappointing. And this kind of not takeaway, but this is more about LeBron. To play as long as you've had, to been in the finals that is not cakewalk.
No.
Like, I don't care who you are. You've had a different team almost every year. That alone is historic to me.
Yeah.
Win, loss, yes, as a comparison, yes, but LeBron is Mr. Stability, man.
And this is coming from two big-time Kobe fans.
Extreme.
Y'all see my wall, and I know Steven has plenty.
This the only day I ain't got Lakers on or Mamba stuff. Like,
so we totally give credit to where credit is due.
What's up, man?
Let's check out what the chat's got to say. Ghetto Volcom?
CK, no one's stopping him. No one. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I personally didn't hop on the true LeBron train until like I started watching him faithfully, partially because Kobe was still in the league. But what he does, even without the alpha killer mentality, LeBron is just special, man. It is just. So I salute scoring that many points, and every year people like Skip Bayless and this and that person always say he doesn't have it. He got something to be putting up that many points.
Yep.
I don't know. Hopefully somebody find out where he took that many shots, but it is impressive, man. And I think more so people should really realize it because I don't imagine him playing another contract. He may, I don't know, but I'm sorry. Like when LeBron's gone, I don't know who I'm going to rely on to give it to me all the time.
Pause.
Extreme pause. I feel violated when I said okay. I don't know who is going to who is going to assert skilled dominance of basketball in the league. Oh man,
you good?
I gotta pray for that moment. That was woo, yeah. Oh yeah.
But I want to bring up what Ghetto Volcom said. He says if he had the killer mentality, he would have chosen a team with talent and who could win. That is an interesting perspective.
Well, I don't think LeBron has that mentality. I think LeBron say, "Can you shoot? Can you shoot? Can you hoop? Let's go put in work."
Yeah.
And if you can't, obviously he wants you shipped. But
yeah, his
best team was. Oh, that's a good question. What is LeBron's best team?
Miami.
Which year?
Ray Allen. Ray Allen's like his first year with.
The first year.
His second title.
Second title.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people don't know if they deserve that one.
Oh,
Tim Duncan not being there to rebound. Sorry, CK.
That's just a bad coaching moment.
Yeah, that's true.
LeBron got to play through it, and he did.
That is true. I'm not saying. I won't say by winning. I'm just saying like on talent for talent. Maybe that year because it was full of vets.
I mean, you can also throw in Kyrie in that championship season, but Kevin Love has always been the.
CK, do not tell my wife. I hope she ain't tuning in on that part. Lock me up, bro, because I'm a suspect after that.
But it's a good question to ask though.
Because here's one and I hate to be saying. I'm gonna stand for LeBron as if I've always been a fan. Kobe's had an amazing system and talent around him.
He also had great coaching.
Yeah, and Michael Jordan did. I mean, I've heard Chris Broussard say, I've never seen he's done all he's done with guys. He was just like, hey, man, come. Like Tyronn Lue, been an assistant a long time. He didn't win with Mike Brown, but Eric Spoelstra, another guy who's Well, Eric Spoelstra is a guy who's
I think
earned his respect. But
Yeah.
I don't, man. They would probably be Kobe and Jordan would be way more reckless if they didn't have the triangle. I mean, Kobe was when he had Mike D'Antoni. he didn't take himself out of the game.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more I would like to advocate for LeBron that haters would try to compare, where I have to say, forget comparing, respect the way he does dominate the game.
I agree 100%.
I hope y'all love it too.
Let's see what else is going on, chat. Don't you dare mute me, Steve. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I don't mute you, my man. That's what I'm saying, Steve. Imagine if he had a killer on top of that. GG NBA.
Yes, LeBron, GG. In a way, he's GG now. He's been in the finals for the past 9 years. In a way, here's why LeBron can be considered a top GOAT. When you make another team go get the best player on behind you,
to just beat you.
They only did it because they're like, oh man, we can't do this again.
LeBron,
because when Kevin Durant's gone, they wouldn't have been in the finals in a few more times. So. In some way that's Kevin Durant's fault too, but I'm sorry. LeBron changed. That's what I meant when I was saying earlier. I don't know when LeBron retires who's going to change the eyesight of the game the way LeBron has done over his career.
Not just in nationally, but globally.
Yes, globally, because we haven't seen those kind of guys. Like Steph Curry's, he's changed the game, but he doesn't change it. He's getting there. I've seen him doing more with the Curry camp, et cetera, but. They're kind of in the same era. Like I don't imagine him playing too many more years after unless he just wants to. But
right.
We'll see.
MH brought up a good point. LeBron would be even more special if he shot better from the free throw line.
Everyone has a weakness.
Yeah, Shaq.
Every great player has a weakness.
What was Kareem's?
I think that's probably why some people are on Jordan's. His weakness was very small. You don't really.
What would you say?
Initially, it was something considered his jump shot, and then
what?
That would be his one
who
weakness.
Are these people at them?
I'm just saying. Now? I think that's what makes. I mean, I had to really understand. Like, man, why do these people love Jordan? He didn't have much of a weakness. He didn't have much of a weakness.
He didn't
have much of a weakness.
He didn't.
And LeBron's weaknesses are in his mind.
It's his own game.
His mind.
Yeah.
Because I always will never forget Game 6 against the Boston Celtics. They lost in Miami, and he went there and started the game and didn't miss. Like I was like, that's a scary guy. When even 3-1, I know Kyrie. If you might watch that, like LeBron legit was asserting his dominance, man, and him and Kyrie just. Yeah, so I have to just give LeBron a lot of props more than what the media is giving him. They just ready to wash him up too, man. They just ready to put that man to sleep.
I agree. But let's go on to the next topic at hand. Some unfortunate news now. Just in case nobody knows in Lakerland, all our young guys are pretty much done for the rest of the year. Kyle Kuzma's got ankle issues, which are turning to day, which is the most positive news we got. But Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram for sure done for this season. Brandon Ingram has blood clots in his shoulder. Could be very, very serious if not taken or diagnosed properly. And, of course, Lonzo, the two god, twisted his ankle off of I to this day, even me watching it like a couple hours before, I don't understand how you get a grade 3 ankle turn on that play. I don't see it. Do you? Like
I don't trust the Lakers in training staff. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that. I can't determine if 1, 2, or 3, but him being out this long and then all of a sudden bone bruise. Either was there already and it doesn't help the sprain or whatever, or they're just being cautious. But I also know I'm not too the ankle sprain. I get it, but I don't know when the last time somebody's been out this long.
Yeah, not with
at his age.
Well, the thing is, like, he tore his complete ligament off.
Yes.
So I understand that he's going to take those 4 to 6. But is Lonzo doing something that we don't know about? Or is it literally the training staff was like, oh, we put too much weight on the cast?
When Lonzo gets an injury that not want to say common, he's out a long. Last year, he was out a long time.
Well, we come to find out it was more serious.
Yeah, but we've had
a torn meniscus.
I'm not gonna say he's weak or anything. The training staff somewhere is just something ain't lining up. LeBron gonna be out 3 weeks. He out 8 weeks. Like it just something ain't lining up. Magic need to get it together, man. You fired everybody, but you need to get. We need to get together. Like it is bad.
Yep.
When someone gets hurt, it is like, oh, he hurt his toe. No, his whole foot is broken. Like, how did you misdiagnose that? Like, I don't understand.
Me neither. But you know, it is what it is, and now we have to recall on the South Bay Lakers to come bring it up. I'm excited because I like Alex Caruso so much, man. I've told this to Chris many times, dude. Alex Caruso can be that backup point guard for the Lakers, and I would be okay with it.
I'll be cool with it.
As many times as I've seen him play last year and then this season,
he would fit behind because he'll give you a good 13 to 15 minutes strong, man.
Yeah, and then Lonzo can get his 33 to 35.
Yeah, but you know I can't talk about Magic today right now.
Why not?
It's a bad look when 4 guys from the G League are putting in work, and you brought in all these 1-year contracts. Now, in fairness, these 1 years were brought in just to be gone this year. Like they're brought in to be gone next year.
Right.
But it is just disappointing that that's just how it planned out. Like we still expect to make play, but it's bad when these dudes playing better than what we got.
Right.
And these dudes have no 82 game experience of the NBA.
And they're just playing for a contract.
Calling Andre Ingram in again is just like, we suck. Like, I mean, it's not to them, not to their talent or what they contribute, but we aren't competing so bad that we got to call 3 or 4 of these dudes. Like, bro, we usually 1, maybe 2.
Andre Ingram was just brought up today. Alex Caruso's been on our team, but hasn't been playing.
We're relying on rookies.
And what's his name? Wagner. Mo Wagner starting to get more PT. I'm happy.
Yeah.
We're very
happy.
But
I hate it. It comes at the point of trash vets, man.
Yeah.
None of them vets on our team better get a decent contract. They better get 1 year, $3.5 million max. KCP don't deserve another 3 long-term contract. He need another 1 year to prove himself.
I don't know if you saw that report today, but the Lakers coaching staff was saying to re-sign Brooke Lopez.
Oh yeah.
And Julius Randle.
But you know, Magic. Nah, we're gonna put together. We're gonna have some guys. I can't stand him right now.
Could you imagine those two instead of JaVale McGee, Michael Beasley, Rajon Rondo, and KCP?
The only person I would say if you kept around Rondo would be the only person, but not for the sense of starting or give him 30 minutes. You should have sat down and said, give us 15 minutes a game and groom this guy.
But you couldn't tell that to Rondo at the beginning of the season. After the season he just had.
Magic's supposed to be a straightforward guy. Like, I feel like we are sugarcoating ourselves along with the other players, and it is wearing all the way down. Even Luke Walton is starting to talk like it. Like, he's starting to talk like them, and it just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And I think, and I feel bad for him extremely, because I think it doesn't show his true. We watched him last year, and very rare do we have big issues with the issues we have with him this year.
Yeah.
But it comes with the like, in his mind, you're a vet. Yeah, you could play. We've seen Casey play a lot, but I think the handcuffs partially, man. It's like, in my mind, if I'm him, like, man, we pay this dude $19 million. Like, what get $9 million or? It's just bad. G League out there, rock on, y'all can go hoop for us, man.
Yeah.
Go hoop. Our future GM is over there making y'all look good, man.
LeBron being in more games with this G League lineup than our normal rotation.
Bruh.
And then again, we haven't seen our normal rotation.
We don't know what that normal rotation is.
What, December?
But obviously, when you see guys, even this game, okay, the last game I expect to win. But LeBron with guys who play hard, it's just a different we're a different team.
Their role, like we said last week.
Everyone, I'm like, how's Jonathan Wilson killing? And JaVale did for a point, but I think it rubbed off from what the other vets were doing. Like, I've seen him take jump shots, hook shots, like, that's not who you are.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you made 6 in a row, like, that's not who you are. But it's something that LeBron, and I commend him for playing too. I commend him. I don't care if you stat chase or whatever it is. I commend you for playing and playing as much as you're doing. But don't mention Zubac, MH. I can't.
What I really still want to talk about is Brandon Ingram and his injury, which is, like I said earlier, a lot more serious than an ankle turn or, an Achilles or whatever the case may be. This is shut down people's careers in the past.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on BI, and is this going to hurt him long term, or do you?
I'm gonna tell you, as a fan, I don't even care about the long term of basketball. Any person with any kind of medical situation, like, I feel Chris Bosh had to be stripped from the thing he loves to do,
right.
And Brandon Ingram, he was showing us his talent. It is beyond. Everyone talk about. I don't care about his trade, anything. Forget that. He is a human first.
Right.
So any form of medical seriousness, I just want him to be healthy and not basketball healthy. Healthy long term, man. You too young for anyone to have this, and so I don't really care, trade him or not, whatever. But I care more about him just being healthy, because he's not a guy who's complained about much other than just playing basketball. Whether I've been on his side or not, just a blood cloth or anything. I'm glad they caught it early, but I don't even care about basketball when it comes to him.
The thing is with his shoulder, is it DVP? That's what the There's no concrete cause to this. There's several possibilities. They said either it could be hereditary or it can be continuous motion of the same thing.
Yeah.
But if that was the sole reason, then a lot of players would have blood clots, and so. Medical research is not all there in terms of finding the concrete cause of this, but like you said earlier, it's a good thing they caught it.
But at this point, if I'm the Lakers, I'm not moving on, but I'm sitting them aside, like what the Denver Nuggets are doing, like Michael Porter. Just he's on our team, but at this point, I would prepare moving without him, because his health is so much more important. I don't care if they say the training camp he's ready. Like, this is a very, very serious issue that I'm not concerned about you getting back on the court right away or trying to trade you for another team. Like, at this point,
for you to live for the next 20 years.
You stay at home next year if you have to.
Yeah.
Because that stuff's serious, man.
Yeah.
And if you got to fight for your life like that, like, no. And I think Genie Bus is shown that they take care of players, and Miami did their best too with Chris Bosh and Pat Riley, and I'm glad he was that way with Chris Bosh. Because I didn't know too much, I was like, oh, Pat, let him play, but it's like, hey man, your health is far more important, and you are too young. So at this point in my mind, Brandon Ingram's is going to be a purple and gold, but I'm not expecting nothing from you. I don't expect you to come back next year or the year after. I just expect you to get extremely healthy, because if it comes again or spreads legs, anything.
To the lungs would be the first thing, yeah.
So you can have a heart attack, whatever. Yeah. Right now, if I'm Magic, we ain't got Brandon Ingram.
Yep.
So that's just my point of view.
I agree 100%. TJ Warren for BI. I feel like that's family.
That's so disrespectful.
I think he's only saying that because he don't want TJ's contract no more.
We don't want TJ's contract. No one wants TJ contract.
I thought family always go back and forth with BI's. Either he's on the BI train or not.
Yeah.
Are you back off now? Are you back off?
He's probably not on. No. Maybe you asking for that trade. MH, for real. Prayers to BI, man. Hopefully, I hope anyone, man. Ankle sprain, like, it's the funny thing about basketball. even to like players like Kobe and them, we used to, man, he could play through injury, man. When I hit my toe on the table, like, I'm pissed, bro. And you talking about walking right back again? Like, no. If injuries aren't treated,
Steven,
I'm just saying, if I'm hurt.
You sound like you're 50 years old.
No,
right
I'm
now.
saying in the sense that dudes get injured, as fans, we minimize their body and what they have to do every day to prepare. We hear a finger, we be like, bro, that's just a finger. Like, this amount, you have to bounce a basketball.
Yeah.
Like, Rondo's broke his hand, like, hurt his hand twice this year.
Yeah.
And to me, it seems affected. Josh Hart, tendonitis in his knee.
Yeah.
That may never go away.
Well, not anytime soon.
So,
he's got to have an off
So we tend to, like, look at these injuries and, like, minimize them sometimes. And it's like, bro, when we hear I mean, I know we said that it's not to be hypocritical when we talk about Lonzo. His injury isn't what I'm having a problem with or him being strong. It is the diagnosis that we are getting from it that doesn't help the player nor the team. You know, if we say Bron 4 to 6 weeks, no, get healthy. You're 34. Like, I at this point, I don't care. Get healthy because it does no good. Sometimes we forget about that.
Edgar Allan Poe said, "This man compares stubbing his toe to blood clots."
That's not what I was trying to say. I am saying when you get hurt, it hurts.
This show will be archived, so we can all go back and we can all pinpoint. Stephen Tillman himself said,
"It hurts.
Stubbing your toe is just like getting blood
saying
clots."
It hurts, and it is important that hurts just as is pain, and you got to make sure you do what necessary to make sure it's good.
Hangnails are season enders for me.
Hey, look, man, I'm just saying injuries are significant. That's all I'm saying.
And my you know, by my weekly troll MH is saying Clay to NYK. No. But we're gonna move on now. Next topic I wanted to talk about. We briefly talked about it. I was talking about the coaching staff, where they wanted players, and recently the coaching staff has approached. I don't know if it's just the coaching staff or if it was as an organization thing to tell LeBron, let's take a minutes restriction for the remainder of the season. Do you think that's coming straight from Magic and be like, all right, this is what we got to do because Magic said it? Or is this something that LeBron's are like, you know, since we're out and, you know, people aren't coming back, let's ease it up?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think I'd be sad if I'd rather be from Luke than from Magic because then right now you're doing too much.
You talking about Magic?
You're doing too much. If you're doing too much, man. Like I'm
micromanaging and whatnot.
You're doing too much, bro.
Yeah.
If even the meetings that, hey, Luke, I'm trying to like you're doing too much, bro. Like own whatever you feel. I have yet to see you back, Luke. So that's why everybody's saying what they're saying. But lead a man, like let him coach his last 15 games, bro. Let him go. If Luke wants to do that, and the reason I know it's not Luke because he's saying we're not really. It's not a minutes restriction. We're just being mindful of it. That ain't you. You just don't understand it, so you just repeating what you heard, and now you're just going out there saying it.
Right.
Magic is just not. I don't like him right now.
Right now,
and it's showing.
The last 4 or 5 weeks.
It's showing right now, bro. Like LeBron is 34 years old. Go ask him. Hey, do you want to keep playing? If he say yeah, let him go play.
Yeah.
Like he got all summer to rest. Like I don't.
But I'm with you too. I think that's a coaching. I think the coach should approach that instead of coming from the rafters of the Staples Center and coming down and give him this.
Yes.
I don't think that's fair for Luke, considering that this is more than likely going to be his last season with the Lakers. But with that said. He said he's not gonna do back-to-backs, and he's gonna average about 28 to 32 minutes per game.
I'm cool with the back-to-backs. I'm okay with that just because he started it. He started the whole, or technically the Spurs, but everything that's coming out doesn't seem to start with the coach.
Yeah,
it seems to always go back to Magic.
Yeah. and it's unfortunate. And
CK, he said Luke's trash. Don't let this two guys. I'm sorry. He said they don't let the two guys flourish, and he's talking about Zoe.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Luke. I think when you give him 6 to 8 1-year contracts at a guy who joined the league around Bron's time, you are put in a position. I feel like when this team was put together, he was in a position, I have to play these guys. Lonzo played a lot last year.
I have to disagree with
all the rooks played.
I have to disagree with that.
Oh, man. Because I don't know if it's Luke, man.
Because I'm gonna take your same argument with 1-year deals, right?
All right.
Lonzo played at UCLA was essentially on a 1-year deal, right?
Yeah.
Why can't he make the same thing happen over there?
I mean, Luke's in a bad spot.
Luke is in a bad spot, but even when last season, I understand it's his rookie year, but Lonzo, there was a lot of times where Lonzo just didn't look like Lonzo from UCLA.
All right, from winning reasons, beyond a fan of Zoe, when you're looking at your roster and you're trying to win games, you wouldn't put Rondo in there?
Oh, I would have to play him, but at the same time, I'm not going to play. Why? I'm not going to play him 25 minutes, Steven.
That's tough, man.
Not 17 minutes in a row either.
That's tough I think it was more about Rondo than Zoe.
Rondo has to realize at some point, dude, you are not Boston Celtics no more. You are not Sacramento Kings no more. You are not even last year, Rondo.
Everywhere he's been, man, every coach has put Rondo out there and go to work, man.
He bamboozled us, as they say
did.
in Apex.
I don't know if I can blame him. Luke is still the coach, but I don't know, man.
That would be my one criticism, because you have all these point guards in this league, and they're getting all the burn in the world. They're getting all kinds of
They don't have 6 to 8 vets on 1 year where your president.
Sacramento didn't have that last year?
Hey, Vlade Divac ain't out there talking about, we brought these dudes in to come win and go do this. None of that was happening. Have we heard, okay, when Lonzo came, Magic was, this my guy.
Yeah.
Right? When LeBron came, LeBron's team. We haven't heard much about Kuz, Brandon Ingram, or Zoe from Magic. We've only heard, I'm talking about from when he put this team together, he didn't mention any of those dudes when it came to winning and playoffs. He mentioned JaVale gonna do this, Rondo gonna do this, Lance is gonna get air guitar. He never mentioned our Yorkcore, and the only proof I have after the fact is we were going to trade all of them for one guy.
Yeah.
And then when he made the mistake, now they're babies and we shouldn't do this. I just can't say now that we got Bron, he's been pro young players.
Yeah.
And we've seen all the memes in the picture when everyone was injured. It was just the youth. We didn't hear the backing that the De'Aaron Foxes and them get. Last year, I don't remember. Chris, I want to know, did you have this problem last year with him? Because he played a lot when he was healthy. I just can't commit all of it to Luke when I've seen differences from Magic all the way around in the theme that they put out. Never once this year was he ever mentioning these guys at all. So it's kind of like, I just want to give Luke an open door because it's so easy to blame him.
Well, Cap, I've said this too. Yeah, I agree. LeBron coming here threw a monkey wrench in Luke Walton, and it did. But at the end of the day, he's still a professional. He's still getting paid millions of dollars to try and figure it out.
True.
So from that standpoint, he made all these phone calls, calling, Eric Spoelstra, calling Ty Lue, asking him what is it like to
probably
coach.
All said good luck.
Yeah. What is it like to coach LeBron? What is he like? What does he don't like? So on and so forth. You do all this, and I understand that you didn't have the personnel that you per se wanted to be successful for your offensive game plan. But at the end of the day, great coaches find a way.
Right.
You know?
And I can't compare my youth to every other youth because they don't get the freedom. And forget where they're playing. They don't get the freedom this year. Mm-hmm. And no one, like De'Aaron Fox don't have LeBron on his team. Mm-hmm. The only vet on that team didn't play. And that was Zebo. So there's no room anywhere around there. Whereas, yes, Luke is the coach, but I think that comes with quotes because all we've heard is Magic, Magic, Magic. Even when Magic next guy, it won't be whoever it is. Mm-hmm. If it's Mark Jackson or Tyrone, it won't be their team still. We've already learned this year that GM LeBron and Magic suck. So
I wouldn't say they suck. It's just they've had a bad offseason.
Yeah,
they've always been one to learn from their mistakes. You know, Magic, he got in trouble with tampering twice. Has he been tampered? Has he been tampering since? Same thing with like the young talent. We who would have thought Kuzma would have been laying in our laps at the 27th
Joey
pick?
busted.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know, we had as much as we.
What's up, Chris Tiller? Sorry.
What up, Chris? As much as we try and criticize Magic, you also got to remember he got us to this point. You know, yes. as much as it is easy right now because the Lakers are ass.
Yeah, but our biggest problem, yes, he's changed. I mean, when he came, I thought the sky was it was just everything was open. Mm-hmm. It is now that you have to do I always told you this. The exit interview is his most important because we've heard your opening statement now. Mm-hmm. And you pulled the gym bus on yourself and said, if I don't get another guy.
Yeah.
Right now, I only believe Kyrie's the only option for LeBron's sake.
Hashtag Clay to L.A.
That's the only person who, man, I just hope Michael Thompson just holler at us like, hey, man, you know. But under these circumstances, it's just we don't know what our identity is. Yeah. With LeBron turning a year older next year, how are you going to play? Are you still going to want the ball? Are you going to play in the post? Who's telling this man outside of a vet, even if you bring a new coach in for a system, what are you doing with him? We've seen LeBron adapt. Every superstar does, but if we were the 4th seed because we were playing the way Luke wanted to play. Yep. So I don't know. And at that time, yes, Chris, we seen him when we first watched them at the Nuggets. Step back 3. From those moments, we grew, but we grew with youth and LeBron and sprinkles of vets. We got injured, and we just fell apart. Yeah. But I think that portion is because these vets you brought in didn't pan out outside of 7 minutes.
So if let's do a little bit of a little game right now, okay?
All right.
Say you are the Lakers GM, and you know, fill in the blank is your president, and you just had this past season. Would you just be like, you know what, we messed up. We had a slow start to the season, or we had a good start to the season. Let's keep everybody in and try again next year. Or are you going like complete demo of everything and, you know, new coach, new training staff, new this, new that, blah, 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 and go from there?
I'm trying again. That's just me. I'm trying again with the pieces that were there before you got here.
So you're keeping like JaVale and all.
No. I meant the pieces before you got here.
The young core plus LeBron.
Yeah, because I think anybody who's watched the Laker games, it is the vets. Yeah. It isn't. Oh man, can Brandon Ingram do this? Yeah. Yes, he can. Yeah. Is Zoe? Yes, he can. Mm-hmm. So, and we clearly see how we have to sweep out what you brought in. Yeah. But unfortunately, I'm afraid our youth is going and we're starting all over again if we do that. Mm-hmm. Because even if we got Anthony Davis, we're starting all over again.
Yeah, we would. So, especially with that trade package that we were sending. Jesus.
So it is. I don't like our odds because to me, Magic is lucky to have this youth under contract still. We lost Julius last year, but he's lucky to have that. Yeah. And I think he's smart enough through every business he's done to start all over around a core that is under contract. That's what I would do.
I agree.
What y'all would do?
Yeah, let us know.
Sweep them out.
Let us know, chat, what you got. Chris said, too bad we'll never see it again because y'all going to trade Zoe to the Knicks where he belongs. Y'all already got Frank Ntilikina. Why we do that trade? David C said they told him to give Bron the keys and update your resume. He also said worst case scenario happened to the Lakers this season. Absolutely,
it did, David. Absolutely, in one season.
Like, as much injuries, I think the total number of games as a unit was like 120 something games.
Yes.
So,
shit.
I don't know what team can sustain 120 missed games and still make playoffs and be a high seed. I don't know what team, unless you're in the East. I don't know. Even in the East, could you do that?
No, not with this, especially not with this year's East.
Well, the bottom half of the East is still,
but that would be a bad spot.
Yeah.
Because
but you still
back then, even last year was just this team. Oh, LeBron. This year's, think about it, the Celtics are like legit in the middle pack, and that's a bad thing.
Yeah,
unless they face the Sixers.
Yeah,
Cap, I had to shout out the Sixers, but it is the worst case scenario. Chris, I don't have any response to your Zoe to New York just because I just don't.
That was just troll. Yeah.
I just don't have a response.
My man made a whole video dedicated to possible scenarios of getting Lonzo.
That is not one I'm interested in at all.
How disrespectful!
Even for your number 1 overall pick, I don't want it. I don't want it.
You heard her here first.
Yeah, I don't want it.
He would not take Zion, Cam Reddish, or any of them.
I'm
for Zoe.
Tired of starting over. Like, and the crazy part is, even though we're gonna be somewhere 5 through 13, 5 through 14, and 15. I don't even want that pick, man. I'm tired. Magic doesn't. I don't know that we have the right circumstance to help this team grow. I think Rob Pelinka, in a way, can, but like if you go back to what the Warriors did, they had the owner was like, "Hey, we believe in these guys, good and bad, and we're going to groom them." They brought in one vet, Iggy, and then they started growing and growing and growing. And okay, let's say if our vet is LeBron. LeBron loves his core. He loves, even fights or not. We've seen his biggest moments is with the number 2 guy.
Number 14, and
number 0. We've seen his best moments. They both him and Zoe had a triple-double together. He has not had any best moments with any vet on this team. So if I'm LeBron, Lance, you can scratch the table with this team, but do it with these guys. I believe he believes in these young kids, and I do too. With him, but it's the supporting cast. That bad juju on our players. Like, bruh.
Like everybody was saying in the offseason, like you signed a whole bunch of players with questionable personalities. And they were always wondering, is this going to mesh? Is this going to, be okay with the young core? And for the most part, I think, JaVale McGee is a nice guy. I think Lance Stevenson is a nice guy. I think Rondo is a nice guy. I think KCP, all these guys, I think they're generally well-mannered, good human beings. But as far as growing these players, I could only see Rondo.
He was the only person.
Yeah.
And you would have been fine. Wasn't he the first one?
No.
Or JaVale?
No, it was JaVale first.
I was cool with that. But I didn't think he was going to be our premier center. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah. We were under the impression that we were going to re-sign Brook Lopez.
Oh my gosh.
That made the most sense.
Yeah, man. I'm like, or even if we did, I thought they was going to go in with small ball and let him play the 5 with Kuzma, with Bron Ingram and Zoe.
I personally had a feeling that Julius was going to be gone. Whether via trade or he walked because he was all around all these trade rumors and this, not that. That's why I thought Brook Lopez, and man, he signed $3.5 million.
Cheap. You got that Ross discount.
and just balling over there in Milwaukee.
Hooping.
Now we can never give him another cheap contract.
Right.
Could never. That man is going to be in the league for the next 5 years just shooting deep threes.
I would have signed Swaggy P over Lance Stevenson. We just don't seem to keep. We are behind the times with our team. we are way behind. Even our 4th seed was a product of brawn and youth and playing defense. Mm-hmm. That Christmas game, you can watch it over and over. It was youth and LeBron. Youth and LeBron. Youth and LeBron. And when we were already blowing them out, Lance got a little bit, but it was that core. Mm-hmm. And that's something they should be able to hold on to going into next year. But with your quick signings of these dudes immediately, and with next year, I hope we don't miss out so much that we just, oh man, let's just go ahead and bring them back.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Magic hasn't shown enough patience when it comes to free agency already. Mm-hmm. He did his work with LeBron. Some would say it's a given, but you still have to put the work in.
Yeah.
But you now have to decide to do something different.
Chris Tiller said, I'm worried about Magic and Pelinka. I have a feeling no superstar is going to come to the Lakers and they're going to panic and trade the whole young core.
I don't know about panic.
I think panic. Because you saw what they did. They literally sold the ship to try and get Anthony Davis.
True.
And then it didn't happen.
But look at the repercussions behind it. Everything Magic has done, social media has put him in a position that he has to respond. Mm-hmm. So we heard Magic's got to go talk to him. Next thing you know, Magic's got a plane flying out there. The first night, he's like, man, I'm going to hug him. And then he felt backlash from that. Well, tomorrow with their vets, like, he clearly is responding to what everyone else is saying. Mm-hmm. Even when they let Luke go, assuming they will, mm-hmm. the backlash is going to be there because they're going to go, well, here's your guy. Now it's really up to you. Yeah. You can't even excuse your coach no more. Yeah. So the panic happened this year. It just didn't work out for them. So I don't know. There's a little window because at the end of the day, the young core is on our team. Anthony Davis is the only person I would trade him for mm-hmm. with Brandon Ingram's claw issue. Yeah. You know, let's say if we do trade for Anthony Davis, we know Brandon Ingram ain't going over there because I don't know a team that's really going to take a risk on that.
Yeah.
But I also would be dumb enough to do the same trade I did before, and everyone was like, bruh. So I don't know. And I wouldn't do that trade unless I knew Kyrie was coming.
Yeah. Chris said, man, y'all tripping. If you manage to get the top 8 pick, you're in the hunt of possibly getting a top 5 pick. We talked about this yesterday, Chris. I don't think the NBA is going to tamper like that hard this season. Maybe next season.
They did.
The following. Yeah. That would be some next level type
Chris,
stuff.
how mad would you be if we got the number 2 pick again? Right?
Oh, he's going in on the chat right now. He's letting us know.
Hey, you might get. Hey, if we get rigged, y'all for sure getting what y'all got. I don't know. James Dolan ain't helping y'all too much, man. If it's real conspiracy, he not really helping y'all. But I don't know, man. I'm telling you, the exit interviews, I'm glued to what Magic and Rob. I want to hear a long story from Rob, and I want to hear Magic explaining themselves.
The long story.
Oh yeah, man.
Rob Pelinka's always got like you know when I was growing up in my age, you know, Rob be sitting like this, like real tight, real comfortable on his little desk. So and he be going like Christopher Rogers.
And all the media will be like, man, somebody record this. Like, it's a long story.
Like, my arm getting tired, bro.
Yeah,
like,
man, it's a long story.
Yeah.
But they the panic thing. Hey, truth be told, who said the panic thing? They probably did the panic thing this year when we didn't get Anthony Davis. We shipped Svi out. I get why you did it for the sake of a veteran, but you assumed we were going to make the playoffs. But we didn't have to ship him out. Just play him.
Now
Zubac
I have nobody to cheer for
Muscala. You did it because you thought floor spacing. Mm-hmm. But floor spacing with what? I mean, we can't shoot still. So
Mike Muscala looked like he lost his whole shooting form by the time he came to LA.
Partially. But then the one you didn't, and truth be told, any GM would know you didn't have to trade Zubac to get him.
No.
You just release Beasley.
Zubac was way more valuable.
And he in the best, man, he going to flourish over there. And it's annoying. That at the point that we get the best version of a draft pick that is developed, we ship them. So we did the panic mode already. And they are getting criticized on the jump, first take. What's the morning show? Get Up. Every person, and that's the good thing for Luke Walton, is that even if you get let go, no one's saying, yeah, you should have been fired. It's your fault. Everyone's saying, look, Magic, you put this whole thing together. What are you going to do?
Except for the few old Laker heads, they're still gonna be like Fluke Walton, you know.
Yeah, they just think for whatever reason, if you do sub them out or sub this person, true. Hey, maybe, but you gave them bad dudes can't shoot.
Yeah.
Everyone last year said if you put a star with that team, we'll make the playoffs.
Yep. Not a whole bunch of vets that we're going in circles at this point.
Shout out to Brook Lopez and Julius. Y'all out there hooping.
We're getting close to the end of our show. Right now, we're just gonna read some of your comments, and then we're gonna head out and end the stream. MH said, as a Laker non-Laker fan, he typed up wrong. Management needs to build the right way through the draft. Kuzma was a late pick sleeper. Lakers need to scout well, and LeBron will like that. We have been doing that.
It's not our draft.
Drafting has never had ever since we got. Well, even we can go back to
D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, like our drafting has never been wrong. It's just a matter of having patience and surrounding them with quality vets. Yes. Not just people, you know, hey, like we need to fill a roster spot. No, quality vets I think has been our issue. Look at Luol Deng. Look at what's the signing that you really liked
this year?
The center.
Timothy
Mozgov.
Oh man, come on, man. Look,
you know, all those things have halted us in order for us to have proper development in our young guys.
The supporting cast around the core.
Yeah.
If you think about even the Atlanta Hawks, I'll use it for example. They got Trayon, etc. They have that one vet that is grooming them, Vince Carter. They don't got 7 or 8. They just got 1. The Kings, the best thing that happened to them, they got Harrison Barnes around them, around all these young dudes who are grooming them. The Denver Nuggets, they got, even adding Isaiah Thomas just for the sake of experience, is grooming them all the way around, like Murray and Joker's just doing his thing. But you don't need 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Lance is literally, I imagine it's frustrating because he can't play for his next contract. JaVale, different story. We used the most out of him, but his limitations. Rondo in a way, but when you put all of it together, none of it makes sense.
It's a mess.
If you just sign consistent players, and only Rondo, makes sense. But bringing back KCP, I don't care what the reasons for it, didn't make sense. It didn't benefit us. And I'm not talking about production, but just, okay, last year was great. We needed him. But this year we didn't.
Yeah.
Not when you got the youth that is growing. And the biggest mistake will be trading everyone. I hope we don't trade a single player.
Don't
at all.
Don't feed into my fears.
I don't. I mean, I would love to see Zoe, Ingram, and Kuz be Lakers for their next contract. I'm tired of watching Lakers on other teams play well. Yeah, I'm just tired of doing that. And if it's got to be, even though it's crazy, and say this before we get off, when Jeff Van Gundy said LeBron, I'm not for that. I get that, but I would trade him before I would want my youth gone, for the simple fact that the window for him is not big. And if you're trying to win right now, it is dependent on Kevin Durant leaving the Warriors. Pretty much at this point. So if the first time it didn't work, so don't try to rush and do it again. Like I wasn't saying we trade LeBron. I'm just saying if you're asking me to trade my core or LeBron, like, are you asking me to choose to long term or short term? I'm choosing long term because short term hasn't worked for anyone. Period.
It worked for us for a season.
When
we got Meta World Peace.
The one guy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying we didn't have to build around him. He just was added. We're asking. Magic is saying, change our team for one guy for the next year or two.
Yeah.
Or adapt with him there, groom them for them to actually win it eventually. If LeBron don't win, no one will care. At least I won't.
Yeah.
For the simple fact that
we tried.
Yeah. But just selling the team for a 34-year-old, I'm good.
Yeah. But yeah, we're getting close to that hour.
Hey, shout out to everyone.
Yeah, we got up to. I saw 25 people watching. I appreciate you guys showing the support, showing the love to the channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Hit us up on Twitter. Our ads are on the screen right now, and ask us questions. Like I'm half the time I'm tweeting. I'm talking about anything going on with the NBA and a lot of memes. So
I tweet every day.
Let it talk to us, man. We're open. We're not afraid to answer any questions. So
we'll talk about coaches next week.
Yes. We'll talk about possibility coach, and I'm sure Chris will have some type of draft thing. So I gotta partake in that.
It may come next week because I wanted to talk a little bit more about Kenny Askins on my opinion about that. I support what you're saying, but I got something to say on that one after that.
But
Chris Tiller.
But yeah, this is the end of the show, y'all. Appreciate y'all again for coming out. Tune in next week, as usual, every Monday. Do we play next Monday?
I don't think so.
Not that it matters because we're not in playoffs. So,
and as always, I'm going to do this because I love the show. My co-host, along with CK, who's in the chat. Yo, yesterday they had a great show, man. I enjoyed every bit of it. Basketball all day. You get mostly Lakers here, but please tune in. Tell somebody to check that show. It is a great show.
Coast to Coast.
They do some good stuff over there.
Coast to Coast was the inspiration of this show.
Yeah, it was some good stuff over there, man. Yes, please.
Every Sunday on that show, you got back to back, man. You got Coast to Coast, and then you have the Tillman and Warren Show. Come on,
two favorite shows you never heard of.
But all right, y'all, we're heading out. Hopefully, y'all have a good night. Stay safe.
Eat your vegetables.
If it's raining, eat your. That sounds like a dad talking right now.
Hey, well, I'm a dad. Eat your vegetables.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Next week.